know I moan all the time about Monday coming round, but Friday comes around just as quick as well, doesn't it? So I should be grateful for that fact. Anyway, yeah, it is Friday. Can't remember what the date is exactly. It is we're in the first week of October, I think. Is that right? Or the second week now? And I'm going to go and park up over the campsite again. I'll probably keep doing that until it closes now. I just want to make the most of it, and there's not a lot of people camping at the minute because it's not really the weather for it now, so it's nice and quiet. Last weekend I had it to myself, so I'm kind of hoping for the same this weekend. It's just a really nice place to go to recharge the batteries, just go and relax in the van and go for a walk because you're out in the countryside. And yeah, I just like it, just to step back from normality for a bit. It's just, I don't know, it works for me, you know what I mean? Right, while I'm slowly poodling down this dual carriageway because it is school leaving time and the traffic is quite busy, I thought I would sit here and give you another health update thing. I know last week I told you what was going on with the blood pressure and COVID and all that, and here we are nearly a week later, and my average blood pressure seems to be going down. I'm doing it sort of in the morning and then at lunchtime and then in the evening, and yet it is starting to average out a bit now. Don't get me wrong, it's still high. It's not where it's not in a healthy thing at all. It needs to keep coming down, but like this morning I done about, what did I do, about 5 miles this morning, solid walking up and down, cutting a bowls green, and just out of curiosity I took the blood pressure then, and you'd think after like quite a heavy workout your blood pressure would be even higher, but it turns out it was a lot less. It was 111 over 58, and I mean, you don't really want your bottom number to go below 60, but 58. But so I don't know what's going now. I think there is some terminology for it, like post-exercise hypotension, where it drops, and it's meant to be a good thing, and the more you keep at it, the more exercising that you do, the your veins and blood vessels and arteries start to free up, and then your blood pressure will drop naturally. So I don't know whether I mentioned last week, but I'm trying to walk every day, and I am doing the 10,000 steps again for now. You know, it probably won't be as strict as last time, but at the minute I think I'm on like day 14 today, and yeah, I'm going to keep at that for a while, just to bring that blood pressure down. Right, we jumped ahead a bit now. It's Saturday evening, 5 o'clock. I've just had my dinner. Sam kindly bought me some cottage pie up, which was really nice. So now I'm out on a stroll, burning off some of those calories. It's definitely starting to get dark earlier now. It's I mean, it's 5 o'clock. It's not dark, but the sun has gone and dusk is set in. It's quite nice actually. It's quite picturesque out here in the autumn evenings, you know what I mean? Quite pleasant. I like it like this. Nice time of the year. Not too hot, not too cold. Didn't do any recording yesterday because after you see me arriving at camp, I set up, and then I was on the phone, and then I cooked some food and sat and watched a film and sat outside with a campfire for a bit. Didn't feel like turning the camera on at all, to be honest with you. I just was just enjoying the peace and quiet. Campsite is pretty much dead now, so quite happy being left alone. while I was off sick from work, I spent a week, no, not a week, 5 days at the campsite, and I was doing this walk all the time, like every day. And I was doing some recording, but I decided not to upload any of that. It was very poorly done, and I weren't right, weren't looking well, you know. It was just me moaning and moaning and moaning. Yeah, and before you say it, yeah, no, why break a habit of a lifetime? I know. But anyway, the point I'm trying to make is I'm doing this walk now, and I am starting to find it a lot easier, which is positive. Let's hope I can keep that trend going and push myself even further. Maybe, just maybe, my love for walking around the countryside is starting to come back again. I was just thinking about some walks that I've been on over the past couple of years, and I've constantly said about getting out and about and walking around the countryside, it'll make you feel better. But I did lose that for a while, you know. Got fed up, had no get up and go to do it, but now it's starting to come back again. Or this evening it's definitely starting to come back. I'm certainly enjoying this. I want to give a shout out to a guy called Sean as well, Sean the Prawn. I'll link his channel below. He's a full-time van dweller in a little van, but his mindset is definitely a lot what mine is, you know. Wishes he could be out and about on his own. The people that surround you when you go shopping or are rude to you, they piss him off. he's such a funny, real guy, you know, and a lot of his belief system is exactly what I feel. I can relate to that man no end. I really can. And yeah, give him a watch, you know, see what you think. He's first class. He just does van life, you know. It's like real van life, not Instagram pictures and all that crap. It's real van life, you know. And just the way he is just absolutely outstanding. Go give him a watch. I think it's very pleasant to find someone on YouTube that is like the way you are, with, how can I put this, like Sean. He is a van lifer, and a lot of his beliefs and things that annoy him and his own mental health are pretty much the same as what I am. So watching someone like that is rather refreshing, because as soon as you go into something like Instagram or even a good few YouTube channels and you type in van life, right, it comes up with this absolute gorgeous, glamorous way to live, you know. The back doors open and you can see mountains and some stunning girl lying across straddled the bed, you know what I mean. It's all like that, but real van life ain't like that. You know, it just ain't. You know, it's probably like that for a few people that they got the money and a good reliable van to piss off travelling to these wonderful locations, but for a lot of us, like myself, it's a means to an end. But yeah, as I'm saying, it's quite refreshing to see someone in the same boat as yourself. Another thing I want to say is I'm going to try and step away from political views. I'm not quite sure whether I say too much on here, but I have got a strong view on various things, you know, various political parties and this, that and the other. But I've definitely noticed that talking about it and getting irate about it has done me no favours whatsoever. I can't do anything about it apart from vote, you know, when that time comes. But I can't do anything about, you know, how do I put this? My beliefs on people coming into the country illegally, I can't do anything about that, and I can't do anything about anything else. But I was finding myself being on social media all the time, being bombarded with all this stuff, all political stuff, all the stuff that's going on, not just in this country but in the world as well. And I just was becoming so bloody stressed about it. It was well, it was definitely a contributing factor to raising the blood pressure. So I'm trying to back off all of that now, like my social media, and I do use Facebook. When it comes up with a certain story or an ad about politics or something that's happened, I'm clicking the buttons and saying not interested, so it takes it away, because I'm done. I don't want to know. I'm sick of being stressed over crap that I see and hear on the news. Like I say, there's nothing I can do about it. I just need to get on with my life and live the best way that I can. In other news, my camper van passed its MOT the other day with flying colours. Yeah, flying colours, yeah. So I'm quite chuffed about that. That's a bit of peace of mind for another year. Only thing left to do now is give it a service, but me and Sam are going to be doing that ourselves, so imminently, hopefully, before the weather changes. So get that done and that'll be something else out of the way. Yeah, but I'm quite impressed that she passed another MOT. That cheered me up no end. Anyway, plans for the rest of the evening are, I'm going to get back, I'm going to get myself cleaned up and get changed, and then it might be dark enough and I might light another fire this evening. While the weather's nice and there's no wind about, I think I might just sit, chill out in front of that. I'm not really drinking at the minute, by the way, with the alcohol. I haven't had an alcoholic drink for a while, but I've got some leftover beer and I might have a shandy tonight, just a shandy. Sit down there and put my feet up in front of the fire with a shandy. Yeah, sounds like a plan. Good morning. It is now Sunday and it's a very cold start to the day. Quite refreshing actually. Woke up, the van was freezing cold, but didn't take long to warm up with that diesel heater of mine. They're a blessing in disguise, they are. I recommend them to anyone. Cheap to run, easy to maintain, and do a fantastic job. Yeah, so last night I finished my walk, got back to the van, got cleaned up, and sat in front of a campfire for a bit, which was really nice actually, really relaxing. It was quite a cold night and the skies were clear, stars are out, and there was nothing nicer than just being sat in front of that fire pit with the wood cracking away. It was good, it was. I burnt the entire tub worth of wood. last night. It was most enjoyable. After that, I got back in the van, put the heating on, and sat and watched a movie. Almost didn't make it to the end because I was knackered, so I was starting to drift off towards the end, but then went to bed and had a good solid sleep. So here we are, Sunday morning, having another walk to the services. Go and grab myself a pint of milk. Back in Stevenage now, Sunday afternoon, about 3 o'clock, and the sun's appeared and the sky is blue and it's nice and warm. So I thought I'd come out and do a second walk. Much better than what it was this morning when I was walking up to the services. But I've got that that Sunday evening feeling back now, that anxiety about Monday morning creeping back up. Do you know what I mean? So all the rest that you have over the weekend and enjoyment is short-lived, because Monday morning looms again. As I'm having a stroll round what used to be the fields of Stevenage, called, I think it's Forster Country or something, where they're building on, I've just been thinking about how many days or how many weeks through your entire lifetime do you go to work? How many, you know, how many is it? I wish I was good at maths, I could try and figure that out, but when you leave school at 16, I suppose you have a couple of years sort of in and out of work, don't you? College or whatever you got to do. But then once you're in full-time work, that's it. You get, if you're lucky to have a job that gives you 3 or 4 weeks off per year, and then the weekends, it's not really a lot when you tally everything up, is it? Not at all. All right, you're getting some money, but not a lot these days. And the things that you have to buy, like your house, obviously you're not going to buy a house outright unless you're really lucky. But you're just going to have to take a very big loan, and you're going to be paying it off for the next 25 years, if not longer. It's quite sad really that you that we get born into a world that way. Life could be so much better if we didn't have to work so bloody hard. I've definitely changed over the years. Like when I left school, got that behind me, straight into work. So happy to be earning my own money, you know. Didn't have any debts or bills then, but earning my own money and giving me mum some rent, and the rest was mine to do with as I pleased. And I had quite a good time of it back in the early days. And then you move on into better jobs, earning more money, and then you get with a partner, and then you have children, and then the bills, and then real life starts to hit, and which is all very nice, don't get me wrong, it is, of course it is, but it definitely comes at a cost. Unless you're born into a wealthy family, it's just, it can be quite hard work. And I know my attitudes have changed now. I've always been one of these people that said hard work never hurts anyone, etc., and you know, get straight into work as soon as you can. But now I've completely changed. You know, if there was a way round it, a way to get out of work but still survive comfortably, I suggest find that way, because before you know it, you're leaving school, and then you're the age I am, and you're fucking stuck, you know. It's sad, but it's real life for a lot of people, unless you're very clever with money or very intelligent. Anyway, I can't keep whinging on about that because I'm going to do my own head in. So yeah, I'm out on a walk again. I ain't walking too far, it's just a couple of miles really. Still trying to build up those fitness levels, you know, after being ill for so long. Things are slowly getting easier, I think, hopefully, until I start to hit a incline. But then I do get caught out. All of a sudden I'll feel absolutely knackered and out of breath, you know, and have to stop, especially when I've been at work. Like I'm pushing a mower in front of me and walking backwards and forwards for a long period of time. I just have to take a breather for a couple of minutes, you know. But we'll get there. I'll get back to, oh, nearly fell over there. I'll get back to normal eventually, I hope. What else have I got to say? Have I got any other up and coming plans? I haven't. Still not quite sure about when I'm going back to Wales. I was meant to be going back this October, I think, but holidays starting to get a bit scarce again now, and I'd like to utilise, well, a chunk of the holiday that I've got left over the Christmas period, because that's my favourite time of the year, and you know, that's when we can just stay indoors, and I don't know, I just enjoy that time. It's always been the same, so I'd sooner use my holiday for that. But I would like to get to Wales again before Christmas, absolutely. We've still got that train journey to go on as well and rebook, but I do hope I can make that happen. But other than that, I don't know what else we're doing or what else I'm doing. Now, the campsite that I stay at down in near Baldock closes at the end of the month until next April, and I like going to the campsite for a bit of respite. But I had a look on the Hertford Caravan and Motorhome Club thing, and their site is still, well, it's open all year round, but obviously for getting a hard standing you have to pay more money. And I'm assuming they close the grass pitches because they get too wet. But at the minute, they're still available to book right into November for a grass pitch, so that may be an option. I wouldn't mind going back there. It is a nice place, great site. So that might give me some options in the future.